This is the first video in a series on how to draft pants patterns. The textbook for this class is Pattern Making for Fashion Design by Joseph-Armstrong. There are several steps in the pattern making process before we achieve a finished pants pattern that looks like this. But to begin, let's review the pants terminology. This is the front pattern and the front waistband. This is the back pants pattern, back waistband. I have them pinned down with grain lines fairly parallel, and the crotch curve is indicated here. The crotch curve in the back is longer than the crotch curve in the front because there's generally more area to cover in the derriere. In this pattern, the waistband is a curved waistband, and it sits at the waist here. So it isn't one of those waistbands that sit up on the waist. This pair of trousers is patterned to sit at the waist and down. The outseam runs from the waist down the hips to the outside of the leg down to the ankle. The ankle is down at the bottom. Knee is about halfway here. The inseams run up to the crotch seam. And here we have the front seam and the back seam. The measurement from waist to the crotch is called the crotch depth. The crotch length is the measurement from the waist in the back along the curve in the seat of the trousers, crossing the inseam and going up the front of the pants pattern, up the front of the torso to the waist. This is the crotch length as opposed to the crotch depth. Let's clarify those two measurements on the mannequin. So when we're taking measurements to find the crotch length, we measure from center front at the waist, past the measuring tape, down through the legs, around to the center back waist, and that is the crotch length. To find the crotch depth, we measure from the level of the crotch here up to the waist. So turning this sideways, the measurement from the waist to the crotch level is the crotch depth. So when we're taking measurements, remember, we take the complete circumference at the hip line. Now that we know the difference between the crotch length versus the crotch depth, let's talk about the pants foundation, which is the area of the draft from this crotch line up to the waist. This is the pant foundation, and then from that area, that line down to the ankle is the pant style or the leg style. The pant foundation is this area from the crotch line up to the waist, and it is the shaping there that sets the flare of the leg and the fit here in this lower torso. This illustration on page 546 shows you the silhouette between the different foundations, which is what the pant pattern looks like from the crotch to the waist, and how that sets up then the flare of the leg here in the culotte version with a very large crotch extension. The trouser version sets up more straight cut trouser leg. Slacks are a little slimmer look, and then the jeans slimmer yet. And those are all set up not down here at the knee or ankle, but those are all set in how we draft from the crotch to the waist and what kind of crotch extension we add at the foundation. So if you wanted a different foundation, thus a different shape to the leg, This is where you would add different extensions to the foundation to make different shapes. And we'll discuss that in a following video.